Welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, a place where the right message finds you. And now, let me show you guys our Wheel of Wisdom. So, give me a moment to open our beautiful, beautiful wheel. So, my dear ones, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And as you guys can see, this wheel contains the name of 51 transformational books that I have read over the past 10 years of my life, some of the best ones. And now, before we spin the wheel and the universe picks a book for us, I invite you to take a moment and ask yourself, what do I need guidance on today? Hmm. And hold that in your mind or your heart as we spin our beautiful, beautiful wheel. Okay, so the book that came up for all of us is Change Your Life in 7 Days by Paul McKenna. So let's see, how can we change our life in 7 days? Spiritual is excited for the wheel. So just give me a moment to choose to open the book, which is Change Your Life in 7 Days. Okay, so for this book, so as I've read it over the past 10 years, so I didn't plan on doing this. So I don't have some of the books that I have read, but I have notes from these books. So anything that I find insightful or like a transformational exercise, I highlighted it and made notes. So okay, so these are kind of my notes. And now I was thinking, let's do a collective reading for all of us. So maybe, you can hold whatever it is that you guys need guidance on in your heart, in your mind, in your awareness. And meanwhile, I will close my eyes and I will scroll through these pages until I feel like this is the section that all of us needs to hear from. Once we reach that section, I'm going to, read that message that wants to arrive in your life today. So, okay, ready? So, yeah, hold your questions, your wishes, whatever it is in your heart as I scroll. Okay. Mm, love that. Okay. So, an activity came up for us. So, let me read it out and then you guys can practice it. Okay. So, the the first question is what it would be like if you woke up one morning and a miracle has happened. Your life has become exactly what you wanted it to be. Exciting. So do it now. Stop and vividly imagine it that there is a miracle that has happened overnight, and then you have stepped into the life that you always wanted. So the first question is, how would you know that the miracle has taken place? So when you open your eyes, or even before that, maybe as you are lying in your bed, how would you know that this miracle happened overnight, that I have stepped into the life that I've always wanted? Would you see something? Would you hear something? Would you smell something? So, yeah, what would you see? So, when you open your eyes, what would be the first thing that you see in front of you or around you? And if you guys feel called to share it in the comments, you guys can do that. Feel free to do this together. So yeah, what would you see when you have stepped, when a miracle has happened and you have stepped into the life that you always wanted? How would you know a miracle has happened? Hmm. So what I would see is, so I would be waking up in my room, and from there I would see like um, this kind of a beautiful garden and the sounds of the birds chirping. So yeah, I would want to wake up and see a big kind of window or like a door thing, and through it there is a beautiful calming garden. So next, what would you hear? What would you hear that would tell you, okay, you have arrived in the life that you have always wanted? What would be the first thing in the morning that you hear? Spiritual says, maybe if miracle or something new will happen, I will imagine freedom or ability to take action. So yeah, like spiritual maybe get more specific as to you know, um, what what would freedom look like, feel like, what would it be, what exactly would you be able to take action on? So you can like imagine that, because we need to be more specific in order to ourselves gain clarity as to what matters most to us. But also, like if we don't have clarity, we don't know what it is that we want, and no one and nothing can give us that, right? So yeah, maybe reflecting on that as to what I would hear, reflecting on that question myself, is kind of the sound of water, um, like a stream. Um, it can be a small stream, it can be something like a small river nearby. So, yeah, something like that. That would make me feel like, okay, a miracle has happened and I have stepped into that life that I wanted. Then the question is, what would you feel inside? So, in that moment, what would you feel inside? Spiritual says, maybe I'm unable to share about freedom. It's about my inner me. Okay. Yeah, you don't need to share if you guys don't feel comfortable. It's just uh kind of a prompt that the universe has sent you, and it might give you some clarity to reflect on this more deeply. Because actually this exercise that we're doing is actually uh is a kind of a question or a technique used in SFBT, which is solution focused brief therapy. And in that, this question is called the miracle question, meaning it helps you gain clarity. It helps you do a lot of things. It helps you move from this problem mindset to a more solution oriented mindset, to gain clarity as to what it is that you do want, because we all always focus on the problems that, okay, this is what if this happens, or this is what I don't want. So maybe the universe is inviting us to shift into that kind of a mindset, more solution oriented, more as to what we do want, more in tune with our desires, more clarity about our desires. So like this can be like a perfect way to step into that reality as well. Yeah, so the question was, what would you feel inside? I guess I would feel mm, like the sense of contentment, like I have arrived, that kind of a sense. Then what changes would have happened in your career? So now there are, this prompt is inviting us to reflect in different dimensions. So to gain even more clarity as to what changes would have happened in your career in this, after a miracle has happened and you are living the life that you want to, in your relationships, your finances, and your health, or any other domain that is important to you. So what changes? What would have changed, after that miracle in these different aspects of your life? So yeah, this was our prompt. Uh, and I hope that this was kind of useful for, some of you. So yeah, let me know if it resonated at all with you. You don't need to share the details if you don't feel comfortable doing that, or if you need more time to reflect. Um, But yeah, you can let me know if it resonated with you, if you liked it, if you want to think about it more, or yeah, anything else that you want to share.